Well, good morning, BookTube. Bill Ruttenberg here with the Ruttenberg Library. I wanted to bring you a tag this morning, and this is a tag that's been going around BookTube the last few days. It's called the Tag About Tags, and this was created by Roz over at Scallydandling About the Books. She does an excellent job over there at her channel. I would advise going and checking out her channel if you haven't done so already. And she did a good job with this tag, coming up with the ideas for it. I saw it on Steve Donahue's channel, and so I'll leave the link to both of those down below in the description. So there are 5 questions to this tag, so it's a fairly short tag. So 5 questions, and then of course tagging people as number 6. So number 1, let's go ahead and get this started. Number 1, tag firsts. Did you do the BookTube Newbie Tag? And if not, what was your first tag? Do you choose to watch Newbie Tags? Okay, so for me, yes, I did do the Newbie Tag. I believe it was actually the second video that I did altogether. I started off with I believe my very first video was my reading plans for 2020, because I had started my channel back in mid-January of 2020, and I did that one, and then I believe the Newbie Tag was my second video. And so I did do the Newbie Tag. It was a good way to just tell everybody about myself and get them, get to where those people that went and watched it could get to know me a little bit. And then, of course, the part, do you watch or do you choose to watch Newbie Tags? And for me, yeah, I watched several Newbie Tags. When I come across a new channel, that's one of the first things that I do is I go find their Newbie Tag, and I want to know, I just want to know a little bit about them. Who are they? Is this somebody that I would watch on a regular basis? And, you get to know people pretty well. Are they comfortable in front of the camera? Are they, how much reading experience do they have? All those little things, and I like to get to know them. I know that it can quickly tell me a little bit about somebody. So just to give you an idea, Vin over at Revenant Reads, he did his Newbie Tag, and I really appreciated that because I immediately figured out he's a teacher just like me. He loves history just like me, and so I immediately found that out. And so now when Vin puts up a video, I watch almost all his videos when he puts those up. And there's other ones like that you just get to know people. Do you like their personality? Is it somebody I would hang out with if I knew them face to face? You just get to quickly know them. So I do watch Newbie Tags. I did the Newbie Tag, and I just like the idea of the Newbie Tag. I think everybody should do that one. It's kind of just an intro to BookTube. So second question on this is tag emotions. What feelings do tags provoke in you? Tag joy and delight? Tag boredom and resentment? Tag guilt or anxiety? Even tag envy? For me, I was watching Roz's video when she created this, and she talked about, you get that when somebody tags you, you get that little giddy feeling like, yay, and I'm kind of the same way. Somebody tags me in a book tag, it makes me feel good. Somebody remembered me, somebody was thinking about me, and so I always like that, and I think that's probably maybe an emotion that everybody probably goes through, because it's, everybody remembered you. They didn't forget about you. Then I get a problem. And my problem is, as I start to, do these tags, there are a lot of tags that are very similar. And I get to looking at my books, and if it is the type of tag that asks for particular books to fill in so the book that made you the most excited, the book that you hated the most, the book that, et cetera, et cetera, I start to run into issues because a lot of times those tags are aimed at fiction readers, and a lot of the stuff I read is nonfiction. Now, granted, I have been reading a lot of fiction lately, but typically that's not me. Like 80% of what I read is nonfiction. And so I start to run out of ideas to put into the to put into the prompts, because my fiction list is not that big. I mean, many other people read way more fiction than what I read. And so sometimes I find myself putting the same books into the categories with each tag, and I don't want people to get bored with me. And so I'll be honest, sometimes the tags start to create anxiety for me because I don't know what to put in there. And there's a lot of you that tagged me, within like 2-3 months ago, I got tagged a whole bunch of times. And I have a backlog of tags that I've got to do, but I'm stuck on 1 or 2 prompts because I don't know what book to put in there. And so for those of you that tagged me and I have not answered that yet, please forgive me. I do have them sitting there, and I'm still trying to put answers to them, but I just don't want to be redundant. And so it does make me feel anxious sometimes. And I feel bad about that. I don't mean to ignore people. I don't want anybody thinking that, but that's just sometimes how it happens with me. Now, so I think that answers that question. So let's move on to number 3. Tag favorites. What kind of tags do you like most and least to do and to watch? So for me, the ones that I like to do, I like the get to know you tags. Those are fun to do. It doesn't take nearly as much preparation, and they're just easier to do. I find myself able to do a lot more chatting with the camera and with you, where I can tell stories. Excuse me, I can tell stories and I can kind of elaborate on stuff. Whereas with the book tags, as I said, I'm kind of limited on my the number of fiction books that I've read, and so filling in the blank spaces can be a little bit rough when I get to doing several tags. And so I like the get to know you tags, where they ask a little bit more personal questions. Those are a lot of fun for me. Now, as far as what do I like to watch or what do I not like to watch, I like all tags. I like listening to all tags. I like listening to you guys put books into the different prompts, because it gives me ideas for what to read, different authors to pick up, different books to pick up. So I don't mind watching really any of the tags. I don't know if there's one that I don't know that I have something to fill into ones that I don't like. Sometimes the tags are very narrow in scope, and I have troubles. I would have troubles doing them, but it doesn't mean I don't like them. I don't know if that makes any sense. So, yeah, that would be my answer for question number 3. Question number 4, tag style. How do you tag? Do you have a system for keeping track of when you are tagged or tags you plan to do? Do you prepare to do tags or just wing it? So for me, I actually have on a Google Doc that's set up with tags and tag questions. And then I always put, where did I see it? And then I try to track back and find who the original creator was. And I always put that at the top. And then, so what I'll do is I have a big backlog on that Google Doc of different tags that I have watched that either I was tagged in, or tags that I've seen that, I could do that tag. And so I've got those all ready. And when I want to do a tag, I just start scrolling through and, yep, I'm going to do that one. And so that's how I keep track of them. As far as preparing for them, some of them I'm able to, excuse me, I'm able to wing them. But for the majority of them, I will at least I'll scribble in some answers just to get my brain working. And so, I'll print out a piece of paper and it's got my answers all scribbled in there. And doesn't mean that I necessarily read it like a script, but if I'm talking and then I just have that, that blank out moment, I can always glance down and look at what I wrote down to just jog my memory. And so that's how I do my tags. I know some people have notebooks. I started to do that, but that became kind of a hassle. It was much easier to copy paste questions over to a doc and do it that way. For me, that worked out well. So question number 5, tag memories. Of the tags you've watched, done, or created which have stuck in your memory? Are there any you would like to revisit or revive? Okay, so for me, you know, and I've mentioned this many times on this channel, when I started this channel, my original, one of my original reasons for starting my channel was to have more time with my oldest daughter. She's going to be going off to college here in a couple months, and I wanted a way to, you know, to bond with her. She has her own YouTube channel, and so this was a way of, you know, finding things to talk about, things that we could do together. And so one of my best memories are early on in my channel when we created a couple of tags together, and it was just a lot of fun, a lot of creative energy going back and forth, and we got to laughing in some of them, and it made me feel really good. And so I have great memories for that, and you know, nobody could ever take that away from me, and that is awesome. I absolutely love that. As far as ones I'd like to revisit or revive, there's a couple of them that I'm probably going to come back to every year. So like there's seasonal tags, the spring tag, fall tag, winter tag. There are end of the year tags. I'm gonna try to keep coming back to those each year, and you know, revisit those. And if I can put in some new answers or change my answers in any way, I'll probably do that. And then as far as reviving tags, I've been doing that for a while. When I get to wondering about, you know, what tag should I do, I'll be honest, I go over to Steve Donahue's channel and I go back to his earliest ones because he's done so many videos, and I start looking at his early tags, and I like to bring those back to life. Or Mark Richardson's the same way. I go back and I see some early ones on his channel, and I like to revive those. That's always a lot of fun because there's a lot of, you know, new booktubers. The BookTube space has grown tremendously, even in the last year that I've been on it. And so it's fun to bring back those old tags and give them new life, and, you know, hear some new answers to them. And so that's a fun thing for me to do. And then I'll tell you another one that I created. That was really neat. You know, when you become the creator of a tag, it gives you just a real good feeling, especially if it takes off in any way. And I created a couple of tags. Of course, those that follow the channel know that I really like to read about the American Revolution and the American Civil War. And so I created tags specifically for them. And my whole, you know, the whole reason that I wanted to do that was I wanted to, you know, put my thoughts out there. And I wanted to see some other book recommendations from other people so that I could get some ideas on books to buy, you know, some books to look for when I'm in the used bookstore. And the two tags did well, especially the Civil War one. It really took off, and I was so excited about that. And honestly, I think that particular tag probably has given me my reputation on BookTube, because I think most people know me for enjoying reading about the Civil War. So I got some books right back in here. I really enjoy reading about that. I teach about that at school, and so I've kind of built up a reputation for that, and that is nice. I think that's kind of neat. It puts me in my niche in BookTube. And of course, I like the American American Revolution as well. And so I'm hoping to get more ideas for books to read about the Revolution. And so anyway, BookTube, that is the end of the 5 questions. And so number 6 is tag some people, of course. And so I got 4 people here I want to tag. And so I'm going to start with Vin over at Revenant Reads. He's fairly new booktuber. He's got a great channel over there. If you haven't checked him out, go find his channel. I'll try to remember to leave the links to those below. And he's a teacher. He likes history. He likes the horror genre. And so if you like those things, go check out his channel. I'm going to tag the Bookish Bryants, Scott and Becky over at the Bookish Bryants. They've been fun people to get to know, married couple who like to read the whole spectrum of books. They really like romance, and I know Scott likes some history and the classics, and so it's been fun listening to them. I'd like to hear what they have to say on this. I would like to tag Melissa over at Libraries and Labradors. She is I don't think she's brand new to BookTube, but she's new to me. She has got a neat little library over there. She also likes some romance stuff, but she's put together a good channel and very creative with her stuff. And then I would like to tag, finally, Jason Harrigan over at Jason Has Books. And I'd like to hear what he has to say about this. And so, BookTube, this has been the tag about tags. And again, I saw it on Steve Donahue's, and it was created by Roz over at Scally Dandling About the Books. And I'll leave the links to their videos below. And BookTube, I want to thank you for watching, and I hope everyone has a wonderful day. Happy reading.